We have built properties, pages, forms, content, showing availability, and maintenance workflows. How do I turn all of those distinct workspaces into one useful operating routine?
This capstone connects two tools: first-party analytics for weekly learning and a personal dashboard for daily attention. We will interpret a fictional 30-day reporting window, install an operations layout, redesign it around the work that matters, save it, and verify that the blocks reload from current records. Every number in this lesson comes from our disposable local tutorial environment. These are teaching signals, not customer results, benchmarks, predictions, or proof that one marketing action caused another. The operating rule is simple: see a signal, verify the source record, act, then reload and confirm. Analytics opens on 30 days. You can choose 7, 30, 90, or 365 days, and the selected range follows you across overview, acquisition, content, conversions, and behavior. Each choice is an inclusive calendar window ending today. The comparison uses the immediately preceding window of the same length.
So if I switch from 30 days to 7 days, I am changing both the current period and the equal length comparison period, not filtering one permanent chart.
Correct. In our fictional 30-day window, the summary separates recognized visitor IDs, sessions, page views, and recorded conversion outcomes. A visitor is a distinct first-party browser identifier, not a verified person across every device. A session is a visit window, and page views are individual recorded page loads. The displayed session conversion rate is more precisely a conversion to session ratio, conversion rows divided by session rows. One session can create more than one outcome, and some server-side outcomes may have no linked analytics session. The ratio can exceed 100%. So never describe it as the percentage of people who converted. The daily chart places sessions, page views, and conversions on the same timeline. Look for direction and timing, then investigate the underlying pages and sources. A spike from a small baseline deserves context before celebration. A flat line may simply mean the selected period is too narrow for a stable pattern.
The decision queue sounds intelligent. Is it an AI diagnosis of what caused the numbers?
No. It is a small, deterministic rule set. It can flag no traffic, a low conversion to session ratio, a page with at least 10 views and no attributed conversion, or traffic that lacks useful source attribution. It returns at most 3 prompts. Treat each prompt as an investigation starting point, not a causal finding. Acquisition answers where recognized visits came from. Sources are ordered by sessions. The top source card therefore means top by session count, not automatically best conversion quality. Direct means the source was blank or unattributed. It does not prove that every visitor typed the address into a browser. The channel table compares sessions, recognized visitors, conversions, and the conversion to session ratio for each source. Use enough volume before comparing percentages. One conversion from 2 sessions may show a larger ratio than 10 conversions from 100 sessions, but it is far less evidence.
Where do campaign names come from, and what should the team do when a row says unassigned?
Campaign rows appear when incoming links contain a UTM campaign value. In our fictional fixture, email, organic search, and partner referrals use safe campaign labels. Unassigned means a session carried a campaign field without a useful name. Build consistent UTM conventions before distributing email, social, or partner links. Content reports what earned attention. Each path shows page views, recognized visitors, average track duration, attributed conversions, and a simple signal. Any conversion produces converting, at least 10 views with no conversion produces needs CTA, lower volume rows remain. Building data. Average duration is tracked, elapsed page time, not guaranteed active reading. A long value can mean careful reading, an open background tab, or delayed navigation. Use it with page purpose and conversion evidence. The report returns the top 50 paths for the selected range. It is not a universal attention score for the whole site. Landing pages are different from popular pages. A landing page is the first recorded page view in a session. The table helps you see whether visitors begin on the home page, a property listing, a neighborhood guide, or campaign content. Compare entrances with the path's purpose before changing navigation or calls to action.
If a page has many views but no attributed conversion, should I rewrite it immediately?
First, verify the page, its call to action, the conversion instrumentation, and the selected time range. Then form a small hypothesis and make one deliberate improvement. The report shows association inside the track journey. It does not prove that the page caused success or failure. Conversions groups recorded outcomes such as property inquiries, website leads, form submissions, rental application starts, and showing requests. The chart groups rows by outcome type, the source list groups the same rows by attribution source. Count the outcome you actually recorded. Do not substitute an assumed lease, approval, or revenue result. The recent table can show the outcome, name, source, attribution detail, and time. Our rows use safe fictional campaign details. In a real account, treat attribution, URLs, and campaign values as operational data. Open the appropriate lead, message, application, or showing workspace before making a customer decision. Behavior describes how the tracked sessions moved. Pages per session is average page view count. Average session time sums tracked page durations, with each page capped at 1800 seconds. Single page rate means sessions with exactly one recorded page view. It is not an engagement adjusted bounce rate. Device type is inferred from viewport width. Under 768 pixels is mobile, under 1100 is tablet, and larger is desktop. Top interactions are categorized: button, telephone, email, and explicitly instrumented clicks. They are not a complete recording of every pointer movement or every click on the page.
What belongs in a daily review and what belongs in a weekly review?
Daily attention is operational, maintenance, messages, prospect leads, applications, and showings. Weekly attention is interpretive, traffic, acquisition, top content, conversions, and SEO readiness. The dashboard should surface responsibility, while the analytics reports provide the context for a slower review. Our administrator currently has no saved personal layout, so the role default is Executive Overview. It combines portfolio, revenue, prospect lead, maintenance, traffic, application, showing, and property status summaries. A role default is a starting layout. It does not grant access to data the user is not permitted to see. The date selector on the dashboard needs one important qualification. It affects period-aware blocks, currently analytics blocks, and lead trend. Portfolio, maintenance, messages, applications, showings, and other current state summaries do not all change when you choose 7 instead of 30 days. The store offers 5 published starting designs: Executive Overview, Operations Command, Leasing Desk, Marketing and Growth, and Portfolio Pulse. Each card previews block order and size. Installing a design copies presentation only, block IDs, order, and sizes into this user's personal layout.
Does installing operations, command, copy example metrics, or change permissions for the administrator?
No. It copies no tenant records and grants no permissions. Unavailable blocks are filtered by the current role. After installation, the dashboard reloads current data from this tenant's workspaces. We will use Operations Command as a practical starting point, then remove detail-heavy blocks and add aggregate decision signals. The installed layout begins with Maintenance Pulse, Urgent Maintenance, Message Inbox, Recent Work, Upcoming Showings, Recent Properties, and Quick Actions. These are request time summaries, current records loaded when the page renders, not a continuously streaming monitor. For a shared training video, summary blocks are the safer teaching surface. Detailed recent lists can contain requester, applicant, sender, or showing identities. We will replace those with pipelines and summaries so the command center answers what needs attention without turning the home screen into a wall of personal detail. Choose Customize. The editor shows the same blocks with 4 controls: move earlier, move later, choose a supported size, or remove. Dragging is available, but the arrow buttons give precise keyboard-friendly ordering. The library is permission-aware and prevents duplicate additions. Search analytics to narrow the 26-block catalog. We add traffic snapshot and traffic trend for weekly context, then SEO health, lead pipeline, application pipeline, and showing pipeline. This keeps daily operational counts close to the reporting signals that explain whether demand is changing.
The new cards say save and reload to populate. Is something broken?
That placeholder is intentional. The browser can arrange a newly added block before the server has loaded its data. We make traffic snapshot wide and traffic trend full, remove the 3 recent detail blocks, and use the arrow control to move one analytics block earlier. Cancel would discard all of these unsaved browser changes. Save dashboard validates the layout, persists one tenant and user scoped record, redirects to the dashboard, and reloads every permitted block from its source workspace. Unknown blocks, duplicates, unsupported sizes, an empty layout, or more than 30 blocks are rejected by the server. The success state proves persistence, and the newly added cards now contain current values. That is the verification step. Do not stop at an unsaved arrangement or assume a placeholder has data. Reloaded blocks should match the same source workspaces you would open to perform the actual task. Our final analytics section pairs traffic snapshot with the full width trend. The snapshot summarizes recognized visitors, sessions, page views, and outcomes. The trend shows daily page views for the selected dashboard range. SEO, health, and prospect. Lead pipeline sit nearby as distinct readiness and workflow signals. Switching the dashboard from 30 to 7 days visibly changes the period-aware traffic blocks. It does not rewrite maintenance, application, or showing totals. Compare like with like, especially when a 7-day chart contains only a few sessions. Short windows are useful for monitoring. Longer windows are usually safer for interpretation. The lower command center holds lead, application, and showing pipelines. These aggregate counts answer whether work is waiting without displaying recent names. Quick actions remain for common destinations. A dashboard is a prioritization surface. The dedicated workspace remains the authoritative place to inspect, update, and audit each record.
Can I share this arrangement with coworkers without sharing the tenant's actual records?
Yes. Share this design captures presentation only. My business makes the design available to coworkers immediately. Public Store submits it for super admin review. Neither path copies tenant records. Give the design a purpose-driven name and description so another teammate understands what responsibility the layout supports. If the experiment is no longer useful, Restore Role Default deletes this personal layout and returns the administrator to Executive Overview. It does not delete property, analytics, maintenance, lead, application, showing, or content records. Recovery is about presentation, not business data.
Then the command center is not the place to make every decision. It is the place to notice what deserves a decision, open the source workspace, and verify the outcome afterward.
Exactly. Compare equivalent windows, investigate counts before percentage swings, build for responsibility instead of maximum density, protect detail with aggregate blocks, and treat every dashboard signal as a prompt to verify. That is the advanced operating rhythm for PropertyCMS.Click: signal, source, action, confirmation.